So y'all, I just have some things on my mind this morning, and I decided I want to make a video about it for my video diary, blog, whatever. Um, so it was just on my mind this morning after doing my journaling and apply your own training worksheet. I mean workbook. um, I just, I I be so caught up on trying to make sure that I'm trying to be humble and trying to be, the world beat you down, be grateful, be humble, da da da, right? But it's like, of course, I always have been. However, I'll be so inside of my head sometimes to where I forget that I have to still be present and defend myself, tell my story, and exist, right? Because I'm here. I'm present. That's all. I'm here. I'm present. That's all that matters. I'm breathing and I'm alive, right? I'm living. So while I'm on this here earth plane, I just have to remember thank God, you know, God mind, goddess mind, queen body, king body, whatever, girl, male, female. Because we all have masculine and feminine, right? So I always have to address all of the above. Um, but I just have to, alarm goes off, whatever, who cares? I just have to remember to remember that I can't forget myself, right? You can't forget yourself because while we're in the midst of trying to be humble, be grateful, people will literally take all of your credit. And then you will be left with bad credit in the physical and spiritual, meaning bad credit from not receiving your blessings and your abundance and your wealth that you are supposed to have can cause you to have slow or bad credit, as well as in the spiritual realm. No one knows what you actually went through or how you actually done some of the things that you done or had some successes that you had. So for example, I um, I recently, had an epiphany just now that, dang, I have this person, and I'm not mad at them or anything, but the lesson just remind me that um, you have to speak up sometime, because if someone is going around saying, oh, I paid for this, I paid for that, and that's how this person had their success, well, cool. I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that and all that. But then if I don't tell my side of what I done, then there goes that person receiving all the glory, all the credit, all the wealth and abundance, and all of the shine or whatever that you should also be receiving as well, right alongside them, or if not more, right? Hey, y'all. So, um, it's enough to share. It's enough to go around of this here, you know, glorification, edification, whatever you call it. But if you are aware that these people are creating these narratives behind your back, and then you find out and you're like, wait, but what about me? What about the work I did? So you have someone going around saying that they paid your way through college, right? That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. However, if the person only really paid one payment towards your tuition that you know of, because that's all that was directly given to you, then you still, or even if they paid more, whatever the case is, I still, in my life, I was working full time, right? So not only was I working full time, the place I worked for was helping me pay for my schooling as well, because they had one of those, one of those situations where if you work for them for a certain amount of time, they help you with your schooling. As well as I had to literally give the story on my parents at the time when they weren't available in my life to tell the financial aid department what was going on in my life so that I could get my scholarships, my grants, my student loans, right? So that was a lot on me that I had to overcome and be vulnerable with to this group of people who's gonna pay my way through school, as well as I was working full time during school and going to school full time. And so I still have student loans that was supposed to be wiped out according to the previous administration. I was even called. Somebody called me and said they were going to be wiped out. Right? Didn't happen because I just got a statement in the mail saying that I still have these student loans. So, mind you, I do a lot of community. Volunteering. I do so much that I don't give credit for because I don't speak out about it. You know what I'm saying? I just do. I just do what feels right to me and what I feel like will help others, right? But it comes to a point in time where as you become an adult, you start to be like, hey, wait a minute. I can't just let this keep going on and on and on without speaking up for myself. So this is me applying my own training, y'all. And which is available on Amazon. So my point in saying all this is to say, like, don't forget yourself. Like, remember who you are, where you came from. And I know that's cliche because some of us we don't want to remember who we were or where we came from because we've surpassed that. We've transcended that. We've developed or evolved past that or whatever, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. But that doesn't mean that that part of you doesn't exist no more. Of course it does. But you ain't thinking about it. However, you got people still capitalizing off of the past you that they think just because you either have forgotten yourself or you don't speak up or you don't tell your story that they can just keep, they can keep capitalizing off of it. Well, no, I'm here. I'm aware. I'm capable, I'm competent, and God is always with me. So, I'm very, very fortunate in that way because since I was a kid, I've always been, taken care of by a higher power. And myself, Of course, even when blessings come through another individual, person, place, or thing, or whatever, still God. It's still the God force. It's still source. It still came through, not only God and me, but through, the consciousness of other people who have been a part of me and everything like that. And God has given them the abundance or the abilities or the prosperity to then be able to give it to me. So I understand that it is a community. I understand that it's a community involvement and that it's a community effort. So while people thinking that I don't, because I get these projections a lot that, this person doesn't understand that it's a community situation. They think it's all them, them, them. No, I don't think that at all. I know that some of my blessings come through others who walk this earth just like I do. However, I do also know that there's a higher power than even them because I am, right? In the name of Jesus, I am also. So, it's one of those things that I don't want it to. At first, I had let it bother me, and I would never say names unless the person want me to. But I'm not into saying people's name and stuff. But I just like to give the examples and the scenarios in which I've been able to understand some things and articulate it into a message for others that might help them. And I'm still working on a lot of that. I'm still working on Hey, I'm still working on a lot of ways to articulate my emotions and my words without being politically correct, without sugarcoating shit, without um, feeling any type of sinful emotions like, shame, guilt, frustration, all those things. I'm learning how to articulate myself without having all that involved in it and just cut straight to the facts, right? And on top of not only defending myself, but while also edifying other people. But sometimes people look at you like you're just this weak little worm, and it's like, oh no, I'm much, much stronger than I have even given myself credit for. So yeah, I just had to, while I was, working out this morning, I had to get my brain neurons to working and get this stuff up out of me because, cortisol and stress is real, and I'm no longer letting nothing mess with my nervous system in a way that bothers me without speaking up for myself. So, you know, um, so anyway, my message is don't forget yourself. Go back and collect all the pieces of yourself that you have forgotten or that you haven't given yourself credit for or that you may have should have defended yourself over, or if the situation is not even true or not, like if you're hearing stuff and it's not true, if it is true, go straight to the person, because that's what I did. I've gone straight to the person and been like, hey, I've heard that you're saying such and such, such and such. Is it true? Well, let me tell you how I see it. Because, people got different stories in their mind that they remember that you don't remember it that way. They remember it a certain way. So we can get it all sorted out, how the story actually went. And people aren't giving themselves more credit than you, or you're not giving yourself more credit than them, or you're not forgetting to give gratitude to them. They're not forgetting to give gratitude to you, so forth and so on, because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be all love. Everything that is prosperity and every good gift from God is love. It starts from love. If it didn't come from love, then of course it's not going to be fruitful. It may be for a second, but it's going to come with some probably negative or sinful emotions that like right now is coming back to haunt you. Because if it wasn't, like I said, if it wasn't given from love, or if it wasn't done through love, or the person didn't see it as done through love, or you didn't feel like it was done through love, whatever the case is, yeah, it comes back to haunt you. You know what I mean? So, and it doesn't have to be in a negative way. It could just be in a way of like, hey, let's straighten this out. Let's figure out why you feel like this, or why you think it was this way, why I feel like this, and why I think it was that way. You know what I mean? So that's the solution. The solution is for us to, with love and with sound mind, body, and spirit, come together. And I know sometimes it can't be kumbaya or whatever, which is cool, right? But we can still, it don't matter how old you are, as long as you can speak, you can still come to a understanding of the narratives that each person have in their mind, and why people have done the things they do, or are doing the things that they do, or saying the things that they say, or say the things that they say, right? Because it's all based on experiences. And sometimes Sometimes people can't get over them. Sometimes people have trouble moving past them because the full understanding isn't out there from both sides or from all sides, right? So that's just my 2 cents this morning. Like, I know I'm sounding all winded. I'm glad I'm breathing though. So, and I'm sweating. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's revelation time. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025. It's the year of revelation. I'm so grateful and happy that everything is going to be revealed. I'm so grateful and so happy. God, be my witness. Like, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you to the collective. Thank you to consciousness. I'm so grateful and thankful because it's like, whew, whew, like, right? Finally get to breathe. Like, whew, everything that people have been holding on to, myself and anybody else out there, it's like, free my spirit. Like, that's real freedom to me. Like, God, ooh, when my stomach can be flat because I ain't stressing over some bullshit, you know, and I can use the bathroom properly because I ain't clogged up from being full of shit. Like, that's what I want to do. That is my goal. Like, I don't want to be clogged up full of shit, you know, because of being full of shit. Like, no, that's not me. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I have experience being full of shit or not speaking up or not saying anything out loud, not doing something about my circumstances, I fell into lack. I fell into desperation. And entities will come for you in those states. And they will help you however way possible, good or bad. They will help you get out of that situation. And you want your intentions to be pure and good and in love and in growth and evolution and positive. Because if you're in, we all fall into these negative states, right? And when you do, like I said, depending on your intentions, what you got going on in your life, entities can latch upon you and get you out of the situation, yes, but maybe not in the best emotional or spiritual state for you. Now, they may monetarily get you out of the situation, you know, which is always good. It's just a tool. Money's just a tool. You know what I'm saying? It is spiritual, yes, but it's also just an instrument to be used. But when it comes to your personal energy and your personal spirit and soul, oh no, that's way, way more valuable than that instrument, because that is your ability to bring it in or attract it to you in a positive way from people that you want to be a part of and be with and, you know, continue to grow with, be spiritual with, evolve with, like-minded, you know, all of those things. So, yeah, man, we gotta stay meditating, prayed up, eating as clean as possible. I know I'm still working on it. I ain't perfect by far, but I make a conscious effort to daily, you know what I'm saying, do some positive work on myself and on my shadow self. You know what I mean? Because, whew, it's crazy. We are in some weird times, you know, of frequencies. There's a frequency right now that is getting on my nerves. It's like some humming over here. And I think I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the fan outside the house, right? But it's getting on my nerves. It's humming to death. And while I'm trying to articulate my thoughts and say everything I want to say and not forget anything, it's interfering. You know what I mean? So, guys, some people probably think I'm spiraling or you know, going crazy or something, but no, I'm having a whole breakthrough for myself. And it feels really good. So I don't care what nobody else thinks, for real, at this point. Especially considering I'm grown now. So, um, yeah, y'all. Uh, so, and I take to social media because I feel like anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere. Okay, let me back. So, journals, you know, what else? Recordings, videos, things like that. They get missing. They come up missing, never to be seen or heard from again, stuff like that. So certain messages that I have that God said put on my spirit to say on a public platform, I'm gonna do it because a public platform, yes, sometimes it can go out of business like MySpace, or it can, technologies can fail, and some of these files and videos and stuff can also go missing or be deleted. But it's just one more. Somebody's gonna see it or record it or save it before it's deleted off the platform 9 times out of 10, or it's just always there. And more people have heard me say it than just what's around me. And so if my journals go missing, which they have, I've had several. I mean, I cannot tell you how many journals that I have, and laptops and computers and things that I've had go missing, or sold in an auction because I wasn't able to, pay my storage unit or something, or get to it before it closed and was auctioned off or something because I was out of town or just not feeling well or whatever the case was. Because I have 2 kids who are 18 and 19 and about to be 19 and 16. So, when you go through pregnancies and you go through, all types of motherly issues and things, postpartums and the depressions and all the things or whatever, sometimes stuff just you just let it go, because I'm big into trying not to be attached to things and just, hey, they're just things, I can get them again, So, anyway, now don't get me wrong though, I do like things. I like things because to me things are sentimental. When somebody gives me something, I like to keep it, I like to hold on to it, I like to use it as art for my collection. I like to say, oh, so-and-so gave me this, and, I like to keep it, like I said, in an artistic fashion, and it brings back good memories for me. As long as it was, again, given in love. So, that's my reason for putting some of these messages on my social media pages. And I find that the best time for me to be able to talk, for some reason, is when I'm working out, walking, on the elliptical, in the car. I guess because these are spaces where I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm alone. I'm like kind of, I guess, like free to be me. I'm in my own energy and my own thoughts with no other thoughts and energy around me influencing what I want to say. And I guess, like I said, my exercising is helping my brain build new neurons. So, yeah. I don't, about the car situation, I'm not quite sure. I can't really, probably same thing, I guess, because I'm in the car, I'm in my own energy, and I'm in my own space, and, up and about and active. So that's like the best time for me to get my message out, even if it comes to me while I'm meditating. I then can come make a video about it. Try not to ramble on, but at the same time, remember anything that I don't, anything that I want to say, I don't want to forget. Just wanted to tell you that you're, oh, thank you. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler Sams. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, huh. I take that for granted, to be honest. Like, I said this before, but I take, I've been hearing that my whole life. Not to be vain or anything, but I've heard my whole life, oh, you're pretty, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. I promise y'all, it's like, as my timer went off, I've been 30 minutes on the lift call already, running my mouth. So that's a good thing. I'm sweating though, and my legs hurt. So I guess I did a good workout. But it was so fast, feel like 5 minutes. So anyway, as I was saying, I honestly forget about this part, right? But that's the part of me taking it for granted. You know what I'm saying? I take for granted that God has given me the, what is that? Oh, I take for granted that God has given me the gift of good looks, you know, of beauty, you know, and I definitely do not want to take that for granted, you know, and I have for a very long time. Because, like I said, I forget about, I be in my head so much, in my headspace so much, that sometimes I don't even look in the mirror like, and if I do look in the mirror, I just be like checking for, make sure, you know, I look presentable and I'm good or whatever. But as far as like consciously thinking about, oh, I look good, I'm gorgeous and all that, nah, I be forgetting. I be forgetting, um, you know, until it's time to actually like maybe, you know, like use it, I guess, like get all beautified and go somewhere, you know. I literally don't think about it at all. But I appreciate you saying that in my natural state with no makeup, no lipstick, no eyelashes, and working out and sweating. So anyway, um, that's 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 my honest opinion right now. Um, but yeah, I thank you because that gave me another epiphany this morning that I'd be forgetting to not take it for granted, you know, especially when I'm feeling some type of way or something. I have to remember not to take that part for granted, which is again a gift from God, because you know everybody want to be adored and looked at as pretty and gorgeous and everything, and if they're not, then you know, I sometimes you feel that as a person who is, you feel, and I have actually tried to suppress and make myself small in that way to make other people who aren't as gorgeous, or who not told, I ain't gonna say they're not as gorgeous, but who are not told that they're gorgeous or pretty, whatever, make them feel better, you know. So I've always tried to suppress mine or make myself small in that way, when instead of just letting my beauty shine or whatever. Um, so which is okay, because to me that just, you know what I mean, it keep me humble, you know. So I'm grateful for that part too. That I forget, right, until I'm told. Um, but it's not until recently that I've learned that I've been ungrateful about, not ungrateful, I ain't gonna say I've been ungrateful, but taking it for granted. It's not until recently, like the last 2 years, that I've understood that I've taken for granted that people have always said, oh, you're pretty, you're gorgeous, things like that. Um, yeah, I've taken that for granted. So over these past 2 years, I'm trying to understand more and more how I can apply that good gift from God to, you know, to continue to put myself and others in good positions. I understand that I already have been now in hindsight, but I want to consciously and intentionally use it now for my betterment and to, you know, generate income and to, you know, get me a better situation of living, and you know, things like that for myself and my daughters or whatever. So I'm not saying that I don't have a good living situation now. I do, and I'm grateful for it. So don't get me wrong, because people like to take your words and twist them up, especially if they don't like you or don't care for you. They'll take your words and try to rearrange them to sound like, oh, you know, she this, she that, da da da, whatever. But that's not my concern anymore. Don't care. People's external feelings can no longer project onto me. In the name of the Almighty, I am great. Okay, so anyway, y'all, I think I'm gonna take a pause for a minute. I am gonna do some yoga. Oh, and y'all, I made some, I don't know if y'all saw my video of Uline yesterday, but packaging I'm thinking about, because I can stop now, I forgot that I did my 30 minutes. But let me show y'all what I made. So, in the midst of doing business, right, we all have to take time to relax. So my daughter bought me some lavender, guys, and I made lavender oil. So it's lavender coconut peppermint oil. Y'all, when I tell you that it's a special oil, it's a special oil. And of course the energy that comes with it is the most important. So that's what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to show y'all that. And of course, if you ever want some, I'm happy to package some up for you. Candles. I'm happy to package some up for y'all, send them to you one by one. Just, you know, do a comment or send me a DM or something on Lovely Maya, LOVLYMYA. And I can get it to you. Also, what else I was gonna say? Yeah, so, and the journal, of course, it's on Amazon. Good Gifts from God workbook on Amazon. So apply your own training, Good Gifts from God. Same thing, different titles, because one is paperback, one is hardcover. But yeah, we gotta focus on wellness, of course. So, oh yeah, candles. I also have them for sale. I'll put the link below, but I also have them. If you want to just get them off of the link, I have them on Michaels MakerPlace. The store, Michaels MakerPlace. They're called Sunshine Lightworks, right? Because my artist name is Sunshine the Mayan Goddess. And so, yeah, so that's why they're called Sunshine Lightworks. And those are my candles that I make, my intention candles that I make personally. So if you go to the link and purchase one, then they're not like distributed automatically. I have to actually personally take my energy and make them. So if you don't want my energy, no problem. But I have good intentions, always have, for everybody, and myself. Probably too much so even people who don't have good energy for me. So, but the only way you can receive love is to give love no matter what, right? So that's what I aim to keep doing. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.